Are you looking for the best vacuum cleaners? In this video we will look at some of the best vacuum cleaners on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Dyson V15 Detect Vacuum. The best vacuum cleaner we've tested is the Dyson V15 Detect. This high-end cordless stick vacuum is remarkably potent, delivering a debris pickup performance that rivals many corded models, but it has the advantage of being remarkably easy to deploy and maneuver. Its surface detection system enables it to automatically adjust its suction power setting depending on the surface that it's on, and it also features a dirt sensor to count and measure the size of particles sucked into the dustbin. The major pain point here is build quality. It feels somewhat fragile, which is disappointing for a vacuum at this price point. Also, it has a relatively basic floor head with no height adjustment or brush roll-off switch, meaning it can get stuck on thicker carpeting pretty often. Consider the Samsung Bespoke Jet if you're looking for something sturdier. It has a uniquely designed stand-up charging rack that doubles as a self-emptying base station for its dustbin, making it easier and more hygienic to dispose of debris. However, its bulkier twin-roller floorhead makes it more difficult to maneuver than the Dyson, and this model lacks the V15's surface detection system. If you're happy to trade being plugged in for superior build quality, keep reading to learn about our pick for the best corded vacuum below. The Miele Complete C3. Number 2. Shark Stratos Cordless Vacuum. If you're looking for a vacuum that can competently do a bit of everything, then consider our best vacuum pick in the mid-range category, the Shark Stratos Cordless. There are a few compromises for its lower price point compared to our top pick, the Dyson V15 Detect. It's not quite as portable or maneuverable as the Dyson, as it has a heavier body and a bulkier twin-roller floorhead, and its suction motor isn't quite as powerful, though it's still packed with features. Like the Dyson, it has an automatic power adjustment system, so it can increase its suction power automatically when passing over an area with a significant concentration of debris. Unique to the Shark is an odor neutralization system in the form of a replaceable cartridge mounted in its floorhead, emitting a laundry detergent-like scent as you clean, though this can quickly become overwhelming if you use the vacuum often. Its max battery life of about an hour is fairly long as far as these cordless vacuums go, but note that it takes a very long time to recharge, which is inconvenient during longer cleaning sessions. This vacuum's hinged wand makes cleaning under most tables and chairs simple without you having to bend too much, and unfortunately, its floorhead can easily get bogged down in thick pile rugs. Number 3. Wyze Cordless Vacuum. The Wyze Cordless Vacuum is a good option for those looking to keep to a strict budget. One compromise at this price point is performance. Its rotating brush roll can scatter around larger debris on hard floors and has a hard time with fine debris that's been worked deep into carpet fibers. The bundled straight suction upholstery tool isn't all that effective for dealing with hair on fabric furniture, too. You're better off purchasing the miniature turbo brush tool from Wyze's website if you have a pet that sheds heavily and want to keep your couches and armchairs clean. That said, it's very well equipped for a cordless vacuum in this price range. It comes with an onboard HEPA filter that's pretty effective in sealing in allergens. Its battery performance isn't bad for a cordless model in this price bracket. While its runtime is very limited in its high-power turbo mode, it can run for almost an hour in its most energy-efficient eco setting. Unfortunately, compared to pricier models like the Samsung Jet 75, the Wyze's build quality is somewhat cheap and flimsy feeling, with a body made mainly from thinner plastic. Its dirt compartment feels particularly fragile, and its floorhead scratches rather easily. The rubber gasket that seals the dustbin door can also fall out when shaking out the dirt compartment if you aren't careful. Number 4. Miele Classic C1 Vacuum. Check out the Miele Classic C1 if you want a mid-range corded vacuum. The pure suction model is much cheaper than even entry-level variants of the Miele Complete C3 but still has the same 1200 watt suction motor, which has little trouble drawing up material embedded deep within crevices. That said, This version of the C1 doesn't have an electro socket at the base of its hose, so it's incompatible with powered floor heads, and the standard STB285-3 floorhead doesn't provide enough surface agitation to draw out debris embedded deep within carpet fibers. If you have a lot of thick carpeting in your home and are considering a Miele C1, spend a bit more on a C1 variant with an electro socket, like the C1 Cat and Dog. This vacuum lacks an onboard tool storage compartment and feels less well built than the C3. Though the build quality is still good overall. Its user maintenance is also remarkably simple and hygienic, with easily accessible filters and compatibility with self-sealing dirt bags. The compact size and trio of caster-mounted wheels make it easy to maneuver in tight spots. Number 5. Eureka Mighty Might Vacuum. The Eureka Mighty Might is a fantastic choice for something corded and budget-friendly. Compared to a mid-range model like the Miele Classic C1, it doesn't feel as well built and lacks convenience features like a self-winding power cable or a tool clip. However, it does have a fairly powerful 12-amp motor. While the straight suction head sits too close to the ground to easily pass over larger debris, it excels in clearing away smaller material. Unfortunately, this head doesn't provide much surface agitation on carpets. It's worth noting that some new versions of the Mighty Might lack the requisite mounting points to use aftermarket HEPA filters, which would help improve its air filtration performance. It also has a short power cable, so you'll probably have to swap outlets when cleaning bigger areas. Thankfully, it's very compact and easy to maintain.